Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am Coach Julia, and today I'm responding to one of your questions. So I've had a few of you ask how to choose the correct length blade for your boot. Now this is a great question. Every different time that you change your blades, change your boots, change your manufacturers, change your size, make any adjustment whatsoever to your boot and blade combo, you need to double check to make sure that your blade is the correct length with the boot that you're wearing. So to answer this, we're going to head over to the pro shop. So here we have a beginner skate that already has a blade mounted. Most beginner skates already come with a boot and a blade combo. So you're not going to have to worry about choosing the length of blade yet. But once you move up to one of these nicer skates, they come without a blade, which allows you to choose which blade you want to use. My favorite, the MK Professional. Okay. So what we want to do is make sure that we're choosing the right length for our boot. And this is going to change whether you're using, here's an Adea, here's an Ara, this is a Jackson. All of those are built on a different size bed. They have different heel sizes. So the same size foot could wear 3 different pairs of boots, and every time you might need a slightly different blade. So what we're going to do is measure this, and I'm going to tell you the right length blade for this boot. So what we want is our blade to be an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch shorter than the length of the bottom of our boot. So if I was going to measure this boot, this is exactly 9 inches. Okay, so you're going to want it to be 8 3/4 inches long for your blade, or you could go a little bit longer, okay, and just leave that 1/8 inch allowance there. But if the lesser the allowance, the more you might be throwing off your rocker. So it's really important to have you want the top of the blade to match flush with the front of your boot. So if you can see here, I have pushed this blade all the way up to the front so it's flush. That way the toe pick is really protruding out the front. This stanchion is right under the ball of your foot, and that puts the rocker right under the ball of your foot. But if your blade is too long, then this stanchion is not under your heel. It'll be pushed out behind you, okay? And that makes this tail section really long and difficult to maneuver for backward turns. Also, if you have a longer blade, then this stanchion here is going to start scooching back, and the rocker is going to start moving behind you. So you want a 1/4 inch to an 1/8 of an inch here only, okay? This is pretty standard. Every once in a while, and I hesitate to say this, but there are parents who are buying blades for their skaters who are growing, okay? Their feet are growing really fast, and they will buy a blade that goes all the way from one end to the other end. But you only want to do that if you know your skater is going to have to get a bigger size boot within the life of that blade. That way you can take this blade and move it onto that larger boot. But generally speaking, 1/4 inch to an 1/8 of an inch off, okay? So this is a 9 inch boot. We're talking an 8 3/4 inch blade. I also want you to keep in mind that blades come in both 1/3 inch measurements and 1/4 inch measurements, depending on the manufacturer. So when we talk about wanting it to be a 1/4 inch to an 1/8 of an inch from the end of your boot, you're going to want to look at the measurement of your blade. So let's see, this one is an 8 3/4. That's perfect. So this is actually perfect for this. So this is a 9 inch, and this is 8 3/4. So this is actually a perfect combo. That worked out. But you want to look at whether this blade, the blade that you're choosing, is based on a 1/4 inch measurement or a 1/3 inch measurement, okay? And whichever one, you still want to get to within a 1/4 inch to an 1/8 inch of the end of your boot. Now, all of this I'm saying, but you really want to go based on what your coach is telling you. So if your coach gives you different advice from this, you want to go with someone who's working with you in person, all right? This is the standard way we choose blades in the industry. But if you're working with a coach who sees your skating and has something specific they want for you, they may give you different technique, and that's okay. This is just sort of the industry standard. I also have two videos that you might find helpful. One is about choosing the right boot for you, and one is choosing the right blade for you. So I'll put links down below to both of those so you can get a little bit more information about choosing the right boot and blade combo for you. All right, I hope you found that explanation about how to choose the right length blade for your boot helpful. If you have more questions like that, make sure you pop them in the comments below. I love reading those comments. If you enjoyed this video, please do give that thumbs up. And if you haven't done so yet, then hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you can see all my videos when they come out. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.